Hello, this is Tips. Welcome to another exciting video of DC Universe Online. I say welcome back. Hope everybody's enjoying everything's coming out of the game so far. I know I am. Of course, I know not everybody in the DC Universe as of right now is probably enjoying some of the developments of the game. There's always a few here and there, and I understand that. With every game, there's always has its flaws, and you're not gonna always have players that agree with some of the things that are coming out in the game. Like certain updates with this game that's been out for several years, so I understand there's going to be some, of course, some disappointments here and there. But you know, as a DC Universe play game fan myself, with characters and playing as long as I played since 2011, 2010 when the game first launched, I've been able to get through most of the updates and come out in the end pretty happy, and I should say pretty, and in a positive note. I really am happy with the way that this game has turned out so far. I'm looking forward to more adjustments with certain things, but hey, the game doesn't need a little fixing every now and then. Anyway, what this video is going to be about, basically just discussing certain things, like for instance the R&D, like research and development. And like I said, I did make quite a few videos on research and development, how it's going, how this can help you in the game. Like if you want to check it out, it's in my Dcuo clips, which all you have to do is subscribe. My videos, and just talk about whatever you want. If you have questions, let me know in the comment sections below my videos at all times. Like I said, as far as the R&D system is going, the type of system that I use, that I've also mentioned in my past videos, is with my particular way my setup is. Like for instance, in my inventory, you may notice in your gear there's certain sockets. There's two different sockets now that the game as far as come. You know, there are artifact sockets, one or two there. There's been a certain amount of new sockets have come out in artifacts since the Death of Superman. There's one that's in there that they give you for free as part of the Death of Superman celebration. Anyway, getting back to the mods, in each one you can see there's a white mod socket and a regular color socket. The color ones are basically for your regular mods, whether it's power, vitalization, health, might, you name it. There's different kinds of exobytes: durable, tenacious, supportive, things like that nature. And I may have showed you a certain routine you could use that I use, where you put betas in all of your gear, and then you purposely use the kit alphas, interface betas, to take the mod pieces out of your gear and then place them in your new gear. It's something that I have showed people to do over the well, it's something that I've done over the past 4 or 5, maybe 6, several years, ever since they took out the synthetic mods, and I've been trying to do the system for people to watch the videos in hopes they use the same system. I've already seen people that have already been using it, which is glad to say that I think it has been helping. Now, because of its very low quality and low giving of stats points towards your gear, you know, happy to say that it is still effective towards the gear. It's just something to get you going, so that you want to worry about modding your gear with higher mods, or taking the time to constantly strive and salvage and gather all those pieces of components you need, especially for the new Justice Underground plans that have come out. I haven't seen one as of late, except even with the new Aquaman, like the Starro instance that became permanent. So I really haven't seen any new plans as far as that goes. And then of course, generator mods. If you're always using the generator, always make sure that you generate mods that can also help boost your stats as well. Also artifacts. So there's quite a bit of advancements in the game that people, or some players may take advantage of, some players don't. So you may want to take advantage of some of these things. Artifacts is always one, stuff like that. And my thoughts on the game so far, as it, well, since most people are talking about how the game has dying, or it's going to die, this game is finished. I've seen it all on YouTube videos, other people posting it. I don't believe myself this game is ever going to die. I believe they're making plenty of money on this game. Daybreak has come a long way. I mean, it's a good 7 years plus, folks, that this game has been out, and it's still up and running, and I don't think it's really going to die down as people say it is anytime soon. For whatever their reasons may be, that the game is not working out for them, and God knows, you know, we all understand when the game is disappointments for people have problems, and they want to go ahead and bring it to their attention. But you also have to realize that some of these things that have gone on with the game, especially some of the advancements that have been made, have been basically feedback that the players ourselves have given them. So you got to realize they're making some of these decisions based on something that you and I, the people that are players or the very big fans of this game, are actually making decisions on or wanting to get more about the game. So really make sure that you pay attention to some of the things that you're saying or that you're trying to suggest with the game, as well as other things too, because they can definitely, some of these people will come forward, and especially in Daybreak, and the people that are behind the game, the people that have created it, that will definitely go forth and they will try these new things. So not that they're not listening to the people of DC Universe, it's just that they're trying their own things, and they always want feedback. It's just that some of these things that have happened with the updates in the game are feedback that many people have wanted for the game. And like the biggest one of all, I think everybody's always talking about, is the stat revamp. Now, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not saying there's anything stuff to try to argue with anybody that's saying anything about the game and their beliefs. Whatever you have say in the game, you're perfectly well capable. It's a free country to say whatever you like about the game. I'm not saying that I'm trying to argue with anybody. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to say that really try and try everything possible in the game. Try the best you can to become a good player. Try the best you can to upgrade your character. Try everything in the game. Always use the tips and everything in the game as to the best of your ability, all the settings you can use, everything that you can think of on your menu, starting from left to right. Inventory, styles, journal, everything that is available to the game will help you in some way. It's just all out there. You have to just make sure you're really using the information and what the game has given to you so far. I know there have been a lot of changes, especially for the new beginners, people that's going to make them, they might seem lost. If you do have any questions, always talk to me about it. I'm always here. I'll be able to talk to you about it, and always willing to help. It's my pleasure. Anyway, to talk more about this now, I'm going to be moving on to talking about some more things as far as the R&D system goes before I talk about other things I just mentioned. So with the R&D system, there has been a new thing. I don't know if it's exactly 100% thing. I believe it's coming from the forum. Somebody posted a video up about it, saying there's going to be a new R&D, or research and development, that's coming out soon with the game. I believe the date they mentioned was in August. It's still kind of a bit of months away in the summer here, but it's a thing called augmentation, I want to say. I believe that's what it's called. Anyway, some kind of new system is coming out that's going to kind of eliminate, or I don't want to say eliminate, really. I want to be careful what I'm saying, but to try and almost like it's taking the place of the R&D, research and development. I don't want to know if it's going to be taken over exactly, but I heard it's a new system they're going to be coming out with called augmentation, which is going to supposedly help you advance further with your modding and gearing and stuff like that, which I guess is supposed to better, the way you level up your character, the gear, the modding, as opposed to the regular R&D research and development. So that's something that's come to my attention that I wanted to mention, because I may be thinking, I was wondering, I'm kind of a little bit curious to find out more about it. I've only seen a few videos on it. Somebody mentioned about it. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to put anybody on the spot, so they get more information themselves. That's all I heard. But I do know it is basically something that probably is going to, and definitely is going to happen because of the dates that they mentioned on their video. So anyway, getting to that, I want to say that looks like it's, from the looks of it, what they have said, it seems like this is going to be something that's mostly focusing on your modding and the R&D system, which means that not only is it going to help you with your stats, it's going to be kind of like an artifact-based kind of thing where you can get leveled up, and it's supposed to help you out, but instead of being synced into your sockets and that kind of system for many years, like this with the modding and the different exabytes, it's going to be somewhat supposedly modded into your body yourself, so you can get leveled up or augmented per se, so that it helps you out with your a little better than what they may be thinking. So as far as that goes, I'm thinking the new system is gonna, I don't want to say it's gonna eliminate it, because I don't know for sure, but a lot of people, from the looks of the guys sitting in the video, it seems like it's going to somewhat replace the R&D system in the near future, so that you're going to be using augmenting instead of R&D. And I think what their focus is probably trying to get it so that people have an easier time with leveling themselves up with the artifacts as well, so they know what they're getting into more, and it maybe is easier than the other system. Given the fact you got to realize they have so many different plans. I mean, the plans go from betas all the way up to 8s to New Justice Underground. I mean, and just to get all those components is kind of it can be a little bit frustrating for some people as well, and to get all those components gathered up to make the plans. Given the fact you do know how to control and you do know how to get enough money so you can purchase these items, whether it's in the broker or by yourself to make them, that's a plus. And that's something that I really be proud of you about. But keep in mind, this new system is probably going to help those people that are having a little trouble with the R&D system, or they kind of don't know how to do it, that they aren't still getting the information, like maybe it was addressed to them, like maybe I tried helping, or people tried to help them, but they still didn't understand how to mod their gear, or if anything, not that they didn't care about doing it, but they just didn't know how to do it. So that's something I think this augmentation system is probably going to help them do, which may be a little easier. I do know those people that are like, that might be a little bit kind of maybe, of course, disappointed in this new system, because they think if it's like artifacts, they may not try it. But hey, I always give everything a shot in the game, and I think everything they try to come up with is always worth a shot in my eyes. What the heck, how much could it hurt? It's supposed to benefit you, then I'm assuming you just use it. Anyhow, it's enough about that. But that's the R&D new system. It's supposed to be coming out in August, is what I heard, and it was supposedly on the forums, I'm guessing, because he got a date, so I'm pretty sure it's possibly going to happen in the next few months. Hopefully it'll be a successful one. I hope it does help people in the game more than the R&D system. I actually enjoyed the R&D system. I'm not really saying that as of right now it's really going to affect that in full, like eliminate it, but it seems like it's going to be one of those things that's going to be kind of in place of the R&D, so that you can use it instead of the R&D, which is kind of difficult for some people to get started on, or not able to understand it. But that's something I was looking forward to. As far as another topic I want to talk about was particularly with, as you might guess, there's been a lot of talk about PvE and PvP, and how PvP is becoming kind of a dead-end, broken kind of a situation with the broken way it's played in the PvP world or phases. Now, me myself, I actually am more of a PvE player, but I used to play PvP a lot, like 3 or 4 years ago, and I did enjoy it. I'm not saying it's not still enjoyable. There probably has a few fixes they have to do, but all in all, I actually enjoyed PvP when I did play it. I don't necessarily think it's that really dead. But I think the PvP was something in the game that they did make for fun, just like everything else. But it's something that kind of people either lost interest in, or they just don't do as much because of the PvE stuff that's going on, and they're trying to focus more on PvE. That's kind of my thoughts on it. So I think it's not necessarily that people just are not playing it because it's a broken system. I believe they just kind of lost interest and they're focusing more on PvE. PvP is fun. It can be fun, especially with the PvP gear and stuff like that. I know I played with it. I still do on some ends, fight against the villain side, or on the villain side fight against the heroes, or whatever you want to call it. But I will say this, that PvE is important as far as doing the episodes or getting your CR up. If you want to experience some of the episodes or some of the world that you haven't played before in DC Universe, it definitely is a plus to try and get the PvE gear up. And PvP is always going to be there, but PvP is just fun. There's a lot of things you can do in it, but as far as getting you higher up and getting you doing these episodes and things that you want to do with other people, I think PvE is probably the more way to go, in my opinion. And I say that in my opinion. So, but the game is still going to come a long way. And like I said, you also may have noticed that some of the character graphics and some of the characters costume-wise, how they look has been updated as well. Like if you notice, to my right of me is Superman. As you can see, his look is different now. It's been that way ever since Earth 3 came out. And then, of course, all of the Watchtower. You may notice Lois Lane's look is different in some missions, including Aquaman, Supergirl, since the Starro events. And so they've changed a lot of things. The game definitely had a lot of updates, with a few more coming out. So I'm really happy actually about the development game. I'm glad that the Daybreak is still trying to give it a shot. There was, of course, with the unfortunate console, the PlayStation 3, that is no longer being supported by it. I actually had gone on it just earlier today to check out some things, and I wanted to see if the game would actually play on the PlayStation 3 after I downloaded the update, because the update was available. I downloaded the update, but as soon as I tried to launch, it said it no longer is being supported after so-and-so such a date. And so forth, to get your new system, so that you can get started with enjoying the bigger experience of the game on this system. So anyway, like I said, as far as that goes, now as far as the newest things that have come out, like the Death of Superman, that I've probably mentioned in a few other videos, which had to do with power loadouts. I did mention a few things, so if you missed them, make sure that you watch, because I did mention a few things in videos that may bring up your attention, or may hold your attention a little bit. And so it is, like I said, keep in mind, I am Water Tips. That's my in-game character name here, the water character that I have. And if you want to, my PSN is ActionMan 2010. So it does say that on the on-screen videos. It shows the little cinematics that I have on here. And like I said, always subscribe. But that's really all that I really want to talk about. I mean, you know, the game has a lot to offer so far. I think Death Superman anniversary thing has been pretty interesting so far. I'm really excited to see the new part 2. I'm not gonna say anything as of yet. I might have said a few things before, but I haven't seen any really live stream about it. I've seen a few videos on testers. On the testers, are people making videos that showed a lot about the second part of it. But I'm not going to say anything about it until there is a kind of maybe a live stream about it, because I don't want to misinform anybody on what it's going to be about, because I've already seen some things, but I don't want to spoil it. So but I will say, from what I've seen, it does look pretty interesting. And of course, part 3 is coming on after that. As far as any other DLCs or coming out, a new episodes or anything, I know there's a Booster Gold thing that just came out a few days ago, and there's supposed to be another. There's word of a Teen Titans DLC coming out. I think it's more of a rumor. That's all I want to say about that, because I don't know. I haven't heard anything as of yet guaranteed on the forums, but I heard a lot of talk about it. Of course, all the other things too. And like I said, but with that being said, you know, I just want to tell everybody that keep playing. You know, if you're one of the people that have questions, if you are frustrated with the game, which does happen, you can always send comments to my section below, or subscribe, ask me any questions you like. I'll try the best I can to help you. And of course, always make more videos that you make to help you with the game. So anyway, with that being said, that's all I'm going to say for now. I hope you enjoyed this video and absorb some of the information, some of the stuff that I've talked about, like the R&D system, the new one coming up, including augmentation, which is supposed to launch, I believe, in August. So, and other things, of course, you know, like PvE, PvP. Just, you know, just continue to play it all. You know, just really stay dedicated to the game like I have. And you'll be surprised how far you can go. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day, everybody.